Hey, what's happening, guys? This is Jobo here. Jaboka, even. uh, this is a bit of a late one, but I'm a bit late to this news because I've been working. But a couple of days ago, they just dropped out patch 1.04 for Gungrave Gore. And to be honest, like, it's quite the big patch. Like, I'm very happy with what they've done with the game. Like, I played a bit of it today. I actually beat Gore difficulty with it. Like, I beat like the final 3 maps. That's all I had left to do. But I'll show you the patches because, to be honest, I'm just gonna call this the demolition shot update. Because to be honest, like, the biggest thing they've done is they've added so much to demolition shots, and they also add a cell shaded mode. Like, if you stick around to the end of the video, like, I will be showing some gameplay in the cell shaded mode as Brandon Heat, just to show off how he plays since I beat the game on Gore difficulty. And I'm still, like, really happy that I managed this. Like, it was so difficult. Like, so, like, here we have, like, first the new added systems. So they've added an idle animation for Brandon / Grave. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to need to go on the game and actually have a look. I might show that off if it turns out to be worth the time. It's apparently 1 out of 3 animations. Cell shading happened, which is just the cell shading looks good. Like, it looks really good on Quartz particularly. Like, I tried it out. Like, Quartz looks really good cell shaded compared to, like, how she normally looked. Like, if you remember, like, one of the gripes I had when I was streaming the game was that she just didn't really look that good. Like, she definitely needed improving. But I'm really glad that they've worked on that, because, yeah. Brandon looks really weird with cell shaded on. Like, I'll show you in game, like, once I get to the gameplay section of the video. As for bug fixes, they fixed. Apparently, Bungie could use demolition shots while grabbing an enemy. That sounds like that would have been hilarious to see. Not gonna lie, I wish I saw that. Apparently, they changed the experimental caves map select image because I guess they removed the platforms from it and they want to show people that. Fixed issue of throwing enemies moving while using demolition shots. Grave teleporting somewhere when getting out of Gampo's grab attack. Yeah, like, one problem I will say, and I hope they've kind of fixed it, it looks like they've worked on it, is Gampo's fight was really buggy, right? Like, one issue was he could try to ground pound and you'd just be stuck in place and you wouldn't be able to move or attack. And though they've seemed to have fixed that, I can't see anything about that. Damage to grey when standing on certain area. Wish I knew about that area when I was attempting it first time. But yeah, so that's its own thing. So the change systems, right? So Grey's melee attacks don't cancel their own animations anymore. I don't know much about this. Like, his melee attacks seem very samey to me. Demolition shot damage has definitely been improved. Like, that is a massive boost. Like, I was trying it out earlier. Like, you get so much damage out, and same with the demolition gauge gains. Like, you get so much back from just shooting enemies now. Like, the game is, like, I feel like the game's now a lot more balanced in favor of the player trying to get through it, just because of how much they've just done to demolition shots in this update. So Graveyard is now gone from, like, the worst, most pointless trap in the game to, like, one of the best demolition shots, especially for bosses. Like, to be, like, clear, like, I did the second to last boss. Now, if you watched my stream, I was stuck on that fight for like an hour on normal difficulty. I beat it on my second try on Gore difficulty just because I used Graveyard. Like, it is busted. So I think that they've kind of, like, completely changed the balance in the player's favor. And I'd rather it be that way than how it was, but I do hope that like a bit more challenge comes back in the future, because so far like they've kind of nerfed a lot of enemies, and they've made Grave like really powerful, but I'd rather Grave be overpowered than underpowered, because genuinely like you're playing as a big undead gunslinger back from the dead to kill all the bad guys. You want to feel that way. So yeah. They improved parrying detection. I haven't really experimented with that, so I'll get back to you on that one. For the hit detection of Funeral Strike, I don't really know too much on that either. Like a lot of these like changes, like they've changed so many demolition shots. I've not had time to really try them, but demolition shot production added seems pretty busted. If you ask me, like you use death drive and you get like loads of demolition shot back, like that just seems pretty unbalanced in my opinion, because like you'll just be able to just spam demolition shots, but I guess that's what they're going for. I think like I was playing Gore difficulty, as I said, and like I don't think there was ever a time where I really ran out of demolition shot at all. Like it was pretty mad. It was pretty mad. But yeah, so changed HP and damage of enemies on easy and normal. I haven't played on easy and normal in a while, aside from getting the platinum, so I'll need to see. Like I only really try it on hard mode now. Attack animations fixed for Ligaboo, fixed animation of. I think those are the big guys, like the one in the cave in Vietnam and the one in Singapore, I believe. I cannot remember, but yeah, it's like they've just changed so much. Like getting out of stun easier against bosses, that's actually really good, because nothing was more frustrating than getting stunned, because you were basically just stuck in place, right? Like you couldn't really do anything. Jump Storm Barrage breaking shields. That's something that I thought it already did. Like I'm pretty sure it already did that. Like I remember using it a couple times, and it already did. But like they've polished the game a lot more in the player's favor now. Anyway, like there's a lot of small changes here, but overall, demolition shots seem to have been the focus of this update, and I'm really glad for that, because like some demolition shots really fell off, like Graveyard, and some of them were just like too much of a hassle to keep around to recharge them. So I'm really glad that demolition shots are more prominent now. They just need to kind of I feel like now that the things in that the whole game's in the player's favor, they can maybe start like working on the enemies and balancing them out more, because now it's at a point where like I can easily dodge most of the things the game throws at me and all that, but now the enemies kind of like you'll just mow them down. Like there's not really much to it. Like you will just take them down. Like I was like on Gore difficulty, like I've been getting through like everything with no problem. But now that like I'm kind of talked about these patches, I want to talk about my overall experience with Gore difficulty, because I feel like it's something that I do want to talk about, because it's been something I've been kind of putting myself through for the past few weeks. And to be honest, if the reward wasn't Brandon Heat, I wouldn't have done it, because I think this is probably like one of the most miserable times I've had trying to get through a game. And I don't mean that lightly. Like, it starts out fine, but once you get to like the Singapore levels, that's where it becomes monotonous, because the Singapore levels are just so long. Like we're talking like finishing a level in Singapore, if you're being careful in Gore difficulty, will take you like 15 to 20 minutes to run. And these levels are full of enemies like the laser guys and the red rocket guys, and in combination, like they can get some really cheap kills on you. Like it's really not fun. Like there's this one section on the third level of Singapore, I believe, where like you come out to this parking lot, and it just spams you with the laser guys. And unlike any other difficulty, it's fine, you can retry. But when you're playing it on Gore difficulty, where these laser guys who can pretty much two-shot you, by the way, and you're having to like do the entire level over because these guys just spawned in and just wrecked your shit, it is frustrating. So Gore difficulty, if I wouldn't recommend unless you really want to play as Brandon Heat. Like, I really wanted to do it, so I pushed through and I did it, and I'm so happy. Like, when I get to the Brandon Heat section where I'm playing this video, I cannot wait to play as him again because he is so fun. He is so different to regular Grave, and honestly speaking, like, I'm really just happy to have Brandon Heat as a playable character in the game because he is one of my favorite anime characters of all time. Like, he went through so much. He just the things he does. He's a really like cool character, and he's very like, I don't want to say inspiring, but there's no real better word. Like, he is sort of like the person who you'd want around. Like, he works hard. He's loyal. He will literally like, if you know, stay on his side and you're good to him, he's like the nicest guy ever. Like, he's a really good character, and I cannot wait to play as him. But Gore difficulty, I did not like Gore difficulty. Like, if they didn't have the caveat of having to restart the entire level when you die, it would be perfectly fine. But I guess because of games like Doom Eternal and that, like, inspiring like all these kind of difficulty types with like Ultra Nightmare and all that stuff, like, it kind of, they were like, oh, let's do it here too. But, and I don't mind if they did that, just don't put Brandon Heat behind it. Like, just put, like, I don't know, like a gold weapon skin or something. Just speaking of gold weapon skins, the Evo weapons, like, that's another thing that really annoyed me, because to even make Gore mode like remotely like a doable experience, you need to play through the game on normal and easy at least, because you need to get the Evo weapons, because they literally double your fire rate and double the rate that you earn demolition shots. So to be honest, like, don't even attempt Gore until you've played through the game, like, at least on normal and easy. And if you really want the 2002 skin, then play it on hard as well. So, like, by this point, you've probably platinumed the game, and you're going, okay, I want to unlock Brandon Heat. And you just go in and, like, you come out of Gore difficulty like a changed man. Like, that's all I can really say. Like, I am I am so, like, tired from playing the game on Gore difficulty. But I still love Gore, but I could see, like, Gore difficulty making somebody hate the game, because it is such a bad, like, thing. Like, if it was just a difficulty and didn't have anything locked behind it, you could just do it for the sense of achievement, I would be fine with that. Just don't put Brandon behind it, please. Like, make him a hard mode reward, and make the 2002 outfit just a regular completion award. Like, I've got so many things that I could suggest that they could have done better. But yeah, like, Gore difficulty, nah, not it. That was not it. That wasn't fun. That wasn't fun in the slightest. Like, I genuinely got so frustrated with Gore difficulty, and yeah, people can take this as skill issue, whining, but when you've done it, you'll see what I mean. Like, unless they nerf the laser guys and the red rocket guys in future, which from here, like, they said that there's better detection when you deflect missiles, so maybe, I don't know, maybe, but yeah, that's all I've really got to say on Gore difficulty. But yeah, on to the gameplay now. Anyway, like, I really want to play as Brandon. Like, I can't wait. So here's me in game, and yeah, I'll catch you in game. Alright, first of all, I'm in the lab right now, and as you can see, I've got the Brandon Heat skin unlocked here. You can't see it from the front yet, I believe. No, you can't. But, yeah, so just says before being resurrected as Beyond the Grave, he was Brandon Heat, Millennium's legendary hitman. He's able to destroy enemy shields with normal shots. Now, just for comparison, I'll show him compared to all my other skins. So, put this back to normal. But yeah, so this is his normal one. Put this back to normal. Let me just put these back to normal quickly. But yeah. And then this is Overdose. So yeah, we've now got all of them. So we've got Gore, Gungrave 2002, Death Throne Engrave, and 2004. And of course Brandon himself. But yeah, let's take him for a spin, shall we? Alright, let's go. Here we are in the Royale Casino. I don't know why I picked this map, it just felt like a casino map kind of fitted the vibe of playing as Brandon a bit more out of like all the maps. So, here we are. I do actually like his melee combo there, like he just ends it by shooting a bunch of them. As you can see, I've got the cell shading on as well. Like, everything looks really nice and stylized in cell shading here. Like, some things, cell shading looks really terrible, like especially with like a lot of video games. But here it actually looks pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna complain about it. If the rest of the level was cell shaded, I feel it'd work better. This is his first demolition shot. As you can see, he just kind of shoots everybody. It's pretty good. But yeah, he moves around a lot faster than Grave does, as you can tell. Like, though it's understandable. I mean, it's Grave when he was alive, right? He doesn't have the whole hunchback thing. Now, I'll show off his other demolition shot in a second. Let's try and get him lined up. But yeah, this is his other one. This one's basically like Seedfall. Only I think like it costs less, but I think it does about the same damage. I can't be the expert on that, but you know. I like it. Like, gets out his classic sniper rifle. So, to be fair, in the anime, you only really see Brandon use a sniper rifle once. And that's when him and Bungie are just assassinating somebody in like an off scene. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Like, you can tell even more from how they've made Brandon that these guys are big fans of the anime. But I'm just so happy to be playing as him. Like, you don't realize like how much I love this character. Like, he's literally like one of my favorite anime characters of all time. And I'm really glad that he's finally in a Gungrave game. Like, he does look a little bit strange with the cell shading. I personally like it. Like, I think his face looks fine. It's mostly just the edges of the cell shading can look kind of funny. I'm going the wrong way. Oh, this is fine. But yeah. This isn't my usual kind of informative video, like I don't really have too much info to give. Like it was just me reading the patch notes and showing off how Brandon plays, because to be honest there's not that much footage of it aside from like people running the first level, so I want to try and see like how he holds up in like mid to end game levels. So yeah. Like, I did try him a little bit in the Augmen level, and I will say, like, he's not as good as Grave against Augmen, but I do think that he's a lot better at taking down the thugs a lot faster. Like, he's very, like, fast crowd control. Oh, this is perfect. Some anime feels right here. so good. So good. Just culling Bungie out of nowhere. Uh-oh. I also think that his melee attack does a really good job at dealing with the ninjas. Oh wait, his R1 attack, he does a kick. I didn't even notice that, that's cool. Could probably use that for like some teching, like you can like run up to someone, kick them, kick the shit out of them, run back, gun them down. I don't know. Yeah, that did a good damage to him. These guys really don't like me here. It's fine. Bungie! God, it's so good. I don't think I'll ever get used to seeing that attack. Like, it just has so many feels. Like, if you've watched the anime, you know what I'm talking about. Like, seeing Brandon and Bungie just team up like that. Like, who would have thought we'd ever see that again? His burst mode animation also looks really good. Like, it's hard to say this is a skin for Grave, but it's like an entirely different playable character almost. Like, I see a lot of people online going, "Oh, you got the Brandon Heat skin." It's definitely like not a skin. Like this is like an entirely different character. Like sure, like it's just Grave when he was alive, but like the way he plays is just, it feels so different. Like it's so much faster than regular Grave. Like, it feels more akin to how Bungie plays, which I guess is the point. Alright. But yeah, like, I'm really happy with how they've made Brandon on this game. Like, it's honestly so good. And I did notice, like, yeah, he can shoot through shields now, so those guys are useless now. Get fucked, I guess. Dead. Apologies if I seem to be heavy breathing a lot or anything. Like I'm kind of like trying to speak and play the game, and I'm kind of like getting out of breath just trying to do things. I don't know. I just kind of, when I speak too much, I get a bit kind of breathless. But I do want to get more used to it. Like, I'm really happy making these Gungrave videos, and I'm glad that I'm seeing more and more people in my comments kind of liking them as well. Because, honestly, like, talking about Gungrave has been such a nice experience for people. Because there's a lot of people I've found who, like, share the same sentiments I do, that, you know, this game's getting overlooked. And with the fact that they're still patching the game, like they just released another patch like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, like these people really care about this game, and it's honestly such a shame people are still trying to overlook the game. Because it is so good now. Like, it's so much more playable and accessible for people. Like, if you're having issues with the bosses, you can just use Graveyard now. Like, as I said, like, I beat the whole Bungie and Bear walking fight on my second try. Like, on Gore difficulty, it was mad. Okay, here's the room with the ninjas.
Great. Got some company.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, I can't see that, but I can... Well, I still kind of can, but... Dead. Okay. Alrighty. But yeah, like, if there's one thing I will say, is like, if anyone is unsure about playing Gungrave, don't play the game yet, just watch the anime, and that will tell you if, like, you really want to get invested, because, to be honest, like, I got into Gungrave through the anime. Like, I saw the trailer for this game, right? Like, I literally just watched the trailer for this game, and what happened was, like, I found out, oh, this has an anime and 2 games on the PS2. I'll just watch the anime. And, yeah, I kind of just ended up falling into the hole from there. The moment I finished the anime, I bought Gungrave 1, and eventually I bought Overdose. Like, Overdose costs a lot more than the first game. Like, I don't know why, copies are just so much rarer. But... yeah, here I am playing Gungrave Gore, and I hope to one day play VR when I can afford a VR headset, like once those things become affordable. But yeah, anyway, back to the camera, I guess. Alrighty, so that was some gameplay of Brandon Heat on Gungrave Gore. So yeah, for finishing thoughts, like, I don't really have a lot to say. If people are still unconvinced to try the game, as I said in the gameplay, just give the anime a shot, possibly. Like, see how you feel, because I do feel like the anime is probably one of the best adaptations I've seen of a game, because they took, like, the first Gungrave game, which you can actually watch me play the first game. It's like 2 hours long. There's minimal story other than Brandon's back from the dead and he wants to get revenge on Harry McDowell and he has to kill all of his associates. Like, it goes, like, the anime takes that premise and just expands on, like, Brandon's entire life. That you find out so much about the guy. And honestly, like, he is literally one of my favorite protagonists out of all time. Like, he goes through so much, and like the whole story of the anime is really good too. Like, it doesn't feel like a game adaptation. It feels like an anime with a message, and it's like it's got like so many like good themes to it about loyalty and family and friendship, and it's just it's one of my favorite anime of all time, honestly. So even if, like, you're not that convinced by Gore, I do recommend giving the anime a shot. And to be honest, like, I'm tempted to do a video just talking about, like, how people could get into Gungrave if they're not overly convinced by Gore, because I know the game's like £40-50 right now, but on PSN it's actually on sale. Like, I don't know if it is in other countries, but in the UK, it's right now about 30 quid, £30. If if it's on sale in America, I'd say that's a fair price to pick it up, because honestly, like, it has so much fun content to it. It is such a fun game. Like, they're actively patching it, like as you saw from these notes today. So they're actively working on it. Like, it's got like I'm getting lost in my own words right now. I'm really like tired. Like, I literally hopped off of like beating the game on Gore difficulty just to make this video. So if I seem a bit all over the place, I am. Like, this is like not scripted or anything. None of my videos are really scripted, to be fair. But yeah, honestly, give Gungrave a shot. It is a really good experience. I cannot recommend it enough. Like, it's such a fun game. Like, if you like anything on the level of like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, Vanquish, anything on like those kind of games, you'll probably get something out of Gungrave. Especially with how much they're patching the game and making it a lot more accessible and making it so you can kind of do a lot more to show off. And you can refer to like some of my previous videos if you're stuck on anything. Like, I put a video like basically showing like how to kind of gameplay loop using some of your tools like the Storm Barrage and the Burst mode. And honestly, like, if I upload more videos, like, maybe like people will kind of get more out of that. Like, still trying to figure out what I want to really do for my next piece of Gungrave content. Like, I'm thinking of like more of the major boss fights, like Big Lucian and Toronti. But yeah, like, I've got a lot I want to cover, and yeah, like, I think that's really all I've got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling and my talking. Like, I know this video was kind of aimless outside of reading patch notes and showing off Brandon Heat, but I just got off beating the game on Gore, and honestly, I'm on such like a high right now. Like just a it feels so good, like, having beaten the game on Gore difficulty, even though like it was an overall like negative experience. Having Brandon Heat finally unlocked in that game, just it brings me so much joy. And yeah, I'm thinking to maybe do like a Brandon Heat playthrough of Gore, maybe once I hit 100 followers on Twitch or something, like just stream it start to finish. But I'll see how I feel. Like, I need to figure out what I'm doing, because I'm approaching 100 followers really fast on Twitch. Like, it's kind of scaring me. But yeah, so if anyone like has any ideas for how they want me to do like an 100 follower stream, just please let me, like, give me ideas in the comment section, or hop on in the Discord. It's in the video description. I never really plug it that much, so yeah, feel free to check out my Discord. My social links are below, so just, yeah, thanks for watching, and if you stuck around this far, have a good night. Love all you guys for watching and giving my content a good shot, and I'll catch you later.